Good morning, fellow zombies. Are we alive yet? Are we awake yet? I sure as hell ain't. That's for damn sure. No, because right now it's only 6:18 in the morning West Coast time for the Friday of August 1st, 2025. You're a zombie. We were John C. Roseman in California, not alive, not awake, and I want to go back to bed, and I got a dog driving me crazy here. So if you don't mind, I'm going to put you guys on pause while I get the mutt again. All right. She must be obeyed. So, another night dealing with she must be obeyed. Which leaves me dead on my feet. Uh, Trying to go over some of the interesting stuff that might pique my interest. I don't know if anybody else is going to be that kind of interested or not, but I'm trying to do so. I post these things late, and I'll do them fresh off in the mornings because I'm trying to do other things like sleeping in the morning. We'll see what happens. So, things I was going over yesterday. We're dealing with Akron, Ohio. You know, his lordship, or actually the vice president lordship, came over to Akron to tell people how screwed up they are, how in trouble their life in their town is, that they've got rampant crime going on. You need safety. You need security. You need the federal government down your throat. You need to do this. You need to do that. Don't you need to be fearful? And it does the word salad on them. And the people who have attended the meeting with this asshole, they're looking at him like, what? Don't you understand? You're in serious danger. You're in trouble. It's like he's trying to do the Music Man, Robert Preston. And if he had a chance, he probably would tap dance. But basically, the reporters who were there, the local reporters, were talking to people left and right. They say, what? You frickin' break. Someone did some statistics over a couple of years in Akron. They didn't have that much crime. They did not have that much crime. And so they were they were stunned that he was going all over Ohio trying to pull up trouble. You ever seen the movie The Music Man with Robert Preston in it? Hell of a stage play, I heard. But I grew up watching the movie all the damn time. I never did watch the stage play. But I was always impressed about Robert Preston's voice. And then Shirley MacLaine. No. Shirley Jones. Sorry, Miss Jones. Not alive, not awake, not here. My excuse. So anyway, stage play came before the movie, and people are in awe. And the movie came out, and people are saying the theatrical version of this. And watching it throughout my lifetime, I got enamored with the golden age of actors and actresses when they called them actresses during those days. And I grew up watching him. There may have been a couple of movies I remembered him in, but I know he was a hell of a hoofer on the stage. And Jones was a hell of a dancer too and singer. So seeing these two people doing their shtick, they're doing their shtick, and I was impressed. I was amazed. I was going crazy over them. And then the Music Man, you got a shyster, a huckster, a hoofer, all in the same, all in the same. Can I put you down for a few minutes, Mama? Please, I'll get back in the bedroom. And then you can harangue me over there as I try to cover you up with the blankets again. Come on. Yeah, I gotta do this, Mama. I'm sorry, baby. Sorry, honey. I'll be over there in a few minutes. So I'm dealing with a huckster who's trying to sell stuff to people, and he's basically doing the boys band, complete with instruments, costumes, and no sheet music. They have to use the think system. And this hustler, who's been at it for different things, his character was Professor Harold Hill. His character theoretically came from the town of Gary, Indiana. Of course, there's going to be people singing about this damn thing, how to drive people crazy over it. He attended, his character attended Gary, Indiana University. Or something like that. I forgot what the name of it. Well, it was somewhere in Indiana. And he was trying to get his con on in the movie. And he also fell in love with Shirley Jones, who was the librarian, who bested him but fell in love with the guy. I can't tell you, when I hear the songs, I'm taken back as I'm watching them on television, and I'm just seeing my family there and everything else. I grew up watching these guys. I grew up watching them. Yeah, Ma wants, and she's belly aching. She's belly aching because the place is too damn dark for her. Well, it's early in the morning. What do you expect? I haven't turned on the lights to soothe her a bit, so she's gonna fuss at me all the damn time. And unfortunately, there are some things that are, I get fussed at. And dealing with Ida Rose or anything else like that. But how? But you probably think I'm going off because I'm a fuddy duddy. And how is it not relevant to J.D. Vance? Well, J.D. Vance, like everybody else, is trying to do the Professor Harold Hill situation on you. Get your guard down, get your comfort level going, and then he shocks the crap out of you. Online, they have music of it that you can listen to. And if you happen to see the film, you happen to see the movie, once he finds out what they've got going, then he's got to find a way to pick at it, to blame it for their problems. And that's what the Republicans are doing at this point. They're belly aching. They're griping and grumbling and pointing fingers at everybody else. And it's not helping them very much. And the people in Akron on the news cycle was questioning, why is he here in the first place? Because he wants to drum up fear and paranoia and confusion. Hell, he could have put little short shit Miller in there. If I'm not mistaken, there was another independent out there who was doing a video on this guy that he was hearing stories that this guy makes everybody creeped out, including the staff members at the White House, because he's a creepy guy. He's a very very creepy guy. The Young Turks have different affiliates, and one of the affiliates was doing a story about the guy creeping people out. In his youth, he was creeping people out, and he was yelling and screaming at people left and right. And I discovered a little bit more information about him from some other sources, who was actually giving me a little bit more of an eye on what this guy was, acting out and being a lunatic. And that in his youth, he was spouting off hatred. I was hearing about his own family doing the same thing to other people, spouting off hatred at people. And I know there's some people out there who would like to have a nice word, if I so eloquently put it out, with Miller about his own attitude, his own upbringing, and any suggestions of advice that they may strongly suggest to him. My mama dog is fussing right now like crazy. But if she can just walk it out, but she feels like she can't. It's easy enough for her to walk, unfortunately. She can't deal with the darkness. I have to put some things in metaphorical. Put them in example. You keep the light off, you can't see where the hell you're going, but if you know your instincts, you can walk through the damn shit. My dog is too damn old and too damn afraid to walk through things. And this is how we're acting and being treated as old people who can't deal with navigation. Even though it's simple and right in front of us, we can't deal with it because we're too damn afraid and too damn scared of it. Because other people are telling us we have to be that way. There are bad things out there ready to get us. Maybe. And sometimes we have our own bad things hanging around with us trying to drive us crazy. She's not a bad thing, she's just one stressed out puppy dog. But sometimes I have to find allegories, metaphors. One second. I'm not going to apologize for my dog needing. I'm not going to apologize for my dog yelling and whining her head off because she wants attention. She wants this and she wants that. Yes, she does because she's my dog. And she's asking. And she'll be responded to. But how do we respond to assholes who come to our town and tell us that we have to be afraid of something? This is the reason why I kept bringing up the Music Man. At the end of it, I mean, the guy's so charming. His character is so charming and greasy that maybe somehow he turns good. Instead of being a screwed up shyster who wants to get money out of people, get out of town and never come back. Leaves them with collateral crap such as band instruments that barely know how to use and uniforms that they just got and not quite sure what to do with it. And the con was the think system. La di da di da di da di da. La di da. La di da. La di da di da di da di da di da di da. La di da di da di da di da. And the last thing you see at the end of the film, the big, great big piece that they actually had. These guys come out dressing up sharper like they are the biggest band in history coming out. And what I found out when they were using a band for that piece, they were using the USC marching band. Sorry, UCLA. And they had an army, precision army, coming through the town streets. And this was the big, huge ending that they had. That everything was all right. Sometimes I kept asking myself, was everything all right during those days? Because I wasn't quite sure. So this is what we got going on. But still, back to reality. We don't have a big band, big brass band blowing out our triumphant songs. No, we're dealing with the kids still using the think system and uncomfortable as hell in their uniforms and then trying to figure out how to use a damn trombone. It's just too screwed up. It's just too screwed up. But that's the thing we got working with right now. So, as I'm trying to figure this stuff out, I have to be reminded. I have to be reminded of what we got going on. It's important that I look at it. It's important that I understand what's happening in front of me. Yeah, it's easy enough to get lost in all the hoopla. The great big shiny buttons on a new uniform and the big brass instruments. But without knowing how to play the damn thing, how do you get a good orchestra going on if you got a shyster who's leading it? It becomes everyone else's worst nightmare. So this is what's going on right now. We got a shyster who's going through the towns. Some people say, well, where's the vice president? Well, he's doing his best to get through the red states to get his base marching up for the old gas bag in office. Now, sometimes I'm wondering whether or not the gas bag in office is supposed to be Robert Preston or not. But he sure as hell ain't that charming. And Steve Miller with his mouth and his aggravations. I mean, shit, to keep posting the shit all over the damn place. And then when they find out about his high school stuff, and he's spouting up his crap. And then when I goes to some of the independents who actually did further research than I had, so depended upon their information. And that's how come I'm relaying that information, unfortunately. Word of mouth. But in that kind of stuff that they've got, it was just so damn freaky that I don't know. A family, that much hatred, and yet heir to a real estate? Actually, not real estate, but retail? I don't know. I don't know. But I'm not. Part of my own upbringing is not supposed to be judgmental about others. You know, I'm not supposed to say I ought to condemn these people because of this or that. And it's easy enough, it's automatic for me, and I have to keep putting myself on manual on that one. It's not that I'm going to be accepting this schmuck. No, I still call him a schmuck because he is a horse's ass. Because if he thinks and feels that plurality is not American way, if we have to be a one singular white race, if we have to be prejudicial all the time, that white skin is the only skin necessary? Yeah, I said a hell of a lot of crap on my other videos. I posted them. They're going to be uglier than shit. Probably get reported. I don't blame the people for doing it either. Just, I'm seeing in front of me. I'm seeing it happening in front of me. I've heard it all my life. And I said before in my earlier videos a long time ago, yeah, I had been one. But I had to look at it with different eyes. It's easy enough to fall into that kind of pitfall. It's easy enough to be that kind of a hateful, aggravating person that is so damn ugly, it's not even funny. I could do it. I could be that ugly and being very hateful about it. And my dog still wants attention. Put my dog into a particular form and fashion. She wants attention. She wants the love. She wants it right now. Fine. Do we have the same guys who are spouting around ugly hatreds want it too? Or did they just want your anger and ire aimed at other people that makes the initiator that much of a screwed up person that we're supposed to deal with them that way? I don't like to deal with them. I don't want to deal with them that way. I sure as hell don't want to live in their damn skin. That's for damn sure. And it makes me sad to hear and see all these people acting this way. They want to act this way. They want to prove to themselves that they are better than anybody else. And they're going to denigrate everybody else just to promote themselves up to a level. Look down on people and think they're feeling better and higher than that. The only thing they're doing is getting on a damn anthill they've already crushed, and the ants are being pissed off about it. But they want to show that they are mightier than the anthill. until the ants get pissed off about it. Don't step on them too damn long. They're going to do something about that one. And they have. And they are. So they're doing that. Do we acknowledge it? Do we know it about it? Do we want it? Because I sure as hell don't. Let them think. Let them be. Let them whatever. But the problem is, if we don't keep revealing by lifting up the covers on these guys and keep showing what kind of persons they are. I kept trying to tell myself that I have to be responsible, okay, accountable, transparent. I have to be putting myself on accountability, being accountable to anybody or everybody. If I have to make mistakes, I need to make amends. I have to be transparent. It means I need to be open and honest about the damn thing. I need to be responsible. I need to claim that I did this, but I'm trying to find a solution for it. My past is in my tapes. And there may be some other things that other people have discovered about me that they wondered how come I didn't put on the tapes just yet. Yeah, just yet. Some things I do hold close to myself. Does it make me untrustworthy? Do you trust a person who's completely open and honest, trying to be open and honest with everybody else, and then they get their asses kicked? And this is the thing that's always presented to us. Not about the guy trying to be, or the person trying to be, admitting to everything and being open and honest about it, being held accountable, responsible, transparent, context, perspective, all that sort of stuff. If there's any kind of shred of dirt or indecency that's being held back, and yet we want more dirty laundry. We can't stand a person in clean clothing. They have to be in dirty laundry because they got soiled, they got stories. How did they become this way? If you're Mr. Squeaky Clean, then what's with you? That's another thing that we're raised by. We can't have secrets. If we have secrets, we are screwed, lewd, and tattooed. So how do we deal with this? Well, we're supposed to be dealing with it. I tell you the truth, honest to God, I don't know. But they're going to tell me anyway. They're going to tell me. They're going to want to tell me. And they're going to need me to tell them. Maybe. And what I'm doing here is doing my shopping list for the next 2 or 3 days. Acid reflux, guys. Acid reflux. Because this is what I'm going to go through. This is what I'm dealing with. This is what I have to deal with. Because if I don't deal with it this way, I don't know what the hell I'm going to be dealing with it as. What I'm dealing with, what I've got. And what I got right now is acid reflux. Because I'm watching all this stuff as I'm trying to sort through this stuff. Yeah, that's going to be needed. There we go. So, I'm trying to get some stuff for food for the next 2 or 3 days. And it's going to be hit and run, but at least I've got my stuff saved. So, I'm going to shut down things. But this is what's happening for me. So, a lot of things to think and talk about this weekend, isn't it? Let's just hope JD Vance doesn't come into your town and tries to convince you that your town's in danger. Just remind him of this. You remind me too much of Robert Preston in the movie Music Man. It'll blow his mind. He won't know what the hell you're talking about. Because if he had been an old movie guy, maybe he'd get the point. I'm just saying. That being said.